Who are you? What do you want?
Bond, from MI6.
How do I know this isn't a trick?
My only assignment was to find out if you were here. Enjoy your stay.
Wait. We thought Drax was stealing secrets about rocket propulsion. But it turns out he was after the bio experiments we ran on the space shuttle. I think he's trying to develop some kind of nerve agent, but I don't know why.
Maybe we'd better find out.
Moonraker 1979 was one of these scripts that we're living out today. The aptly named Drax, Draconian Laws, anyone? The dragon out of the Book of Revelation, anyone? So Drax is the main bad guy. His objective was to start a super race, just like Hitler wanted to. And just like the world leaders, of course, want to, but they're not telling you that. And of course, this epidemic, there's a little bit of history they leave around for sort of journalists to check out. But how far could this really actually be going on? Now, personally, I believe that there was an initial chemical attack. They're putting everybody in houses to lay the certain technology that we all know what that is. And by the time that they open the country again, people are going to get ill through the microwaves, that's going to be hitting them on the street. Watch the channels that they take out the meters which detect the radiation and the radiation levels. Where is it coming from? Under your feet when you're walking along a city street. That's what basically even the police have been fitting this technology in just about every major city in the East and the West. China, America, Europe, discounting some of the third world nations, but I'm sure a lot of these big cities as well have this flying bee. There's not going to be any flying bees because of this. It just rhymes with flying bee, but it's not called flying bee, if you understand. This technology is killing flying bees. Anyhow, on top of that, of course, we have the flat earth theory that everyone accepts that. Then there's no satellites, according to the flat earthers, because a flat earth can't have satellites. I don't know why. I don't know why they work out in their head that a flat earth can't have any satellites. But that's what all of them say. Oh, a satellite can only be in a spherical earth. Really? Is that very scientific? I'm sure if it's a flat earth, there could be satellites as well, but somehow somebody wants you to believe that if it's a flat earth, it can't have any satellites. There's no South Pole, by the way. No conspiracy about the fallen angels in the South Pole. No hidden bases in inner Earth and the North and South Poles. All that, not research, all that eyewitness accounts of the US Army, Admiral Byrd, had in the North and South Poles. Just throw all that away. It's just a flat Earth. Oh, and of course there's no satellites. Did I mention that? So why would they want you to believe there's no North and South Pole when there's eyewitness accounts that there is? And not only that, but there is an inner Earth. Not only that, but there are satellites. Just watch Moonraker. What does Drax do? He uses these satellites, packs them with a certain gas agent so that he can just execute his plan to kill several billion people within about 24 hours or so. What if they're packing these satellites with coronaviruses, such as cold viruses, flu viruses? What if they're just packing them every time they fly over your country? They're just spraying satellites. And what about this theory? They're just spraying this sort of a gas. It's not nerve gas, but it's kind of viruses. And what about this other theory? If there is the technology that they've laid out in the cities that rhymes with flying bee, and there are the fallen angel technology where people have eyewitnessed ships and a medium size of many of these ships, medium size, which means that the ship from end to end is about a mile in length. These are the medium sized ones. Like you go up further in space, apparently they're 5 to 10 miles big. And again, these are the sort of reasonably large ones. There's even bigger ones than that. And of course, people have witnessed the very small ones as well. The little ones that do their, I think Jonathan Reed was another one, who actually clocked a so-called alien, or Nephilim, whatever the thing is, creature, over the head. And his life was never the same. Videos on that, on YouTube about that, King Yahweh. So, what are we concluding here? There's a lot going on. Layer upon layer, line upon line. There is a lot going on that we've got to consider. Now, Andrew Kaufman and Rashid Butta are a few very well-known doctors that are exposing the COVID-19 hoax. Again, not saying that there's been no flu viruses out. There was flu season about 3 months ago. But the advice, as we know, is that now is the summertime and this virus is well and truly dead. It can only live on a surface for a few hours before it dies. There is obviously a lot of disinfo channels on YouTube that are coming up with all kind of fear tactics, disinformation. But this is the one that you should look at, because if somebody goes for a checkup and it's not actually a COVID-19 check that they're doing, all they're actually checking to see is if your exosomes are reacting, which means they're reacting if there are any viruses in the air, which I just said that there very well could be. They could be pumping them in through satellites, who knows where, from spaceships, I don't know. And, well, it's not actually detecting the virus itself, but it's only detecting the exosomes which is being produced by the body, as these doctors really talk about, for several hours. They made a lot of videos about it. I'm not going to go into it extensively here, but as you can see, it exactly matches an exosome. Diameter inside cell, outside cell, receptor, contains RNA, and found in the exact same place as they're telling you that this so-called virus is mostly in. But now these disinfo channels are telling you that they're everywhere, in the heart, the liver, the brain, whatever. It's all just really making it very, very wicked now, and almost impossible to determine what this COVID-19 really is. They're just making it up as they go along. And you can see this wicked guy just laughing at Nicola Sturgeon here, the poison dwarf, sorry, whatever her nickname is. By the way, a sturgeon is a rather large fish that goes back to, I think, the Jurassic Age. Very interesting. But the Nazi Templars very much alive in the work of Bill Gates. Hundreds of thousands of children in India, around the world, maimed, killed. Thousands of people trying to take him to court. But, this guy fancies himself to cure the world of the so-called population epidemic. The Nazi Templars are still at it.